राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदान यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे राधे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन जय घोरानिताय 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 श्री श्री घोरानिताय जय घोरानिताय 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 श्री श्री घोरानिताय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. Thank you for attending. So today we're going to focus on chapter 13, text number 24, sloka 24 of the Bhagavad-gītā. So, before reciting from the Bhagavad-gītā, we bring our obeisances to the Bhagavad-gītā. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ya evam vetti puruṣaṁ prakṛtim ca guṇaiḥ saha sarvathā vartamānopi na sa bhūyo bhijāyate Ya evam vetti puruṣaṁ prakṛtim ca guṇaiḥ saha sarvathā vartamānopi na sa bhūyo bhijāyate ya evaṁ vetti puruṣaṁ prakṛtim ca guṇaiḥ saha sarvathā vartamānopi na sa bhūyo bhijāyate. Yah, anyone who, evam, thus, vetti, understands, puruṣam, the living entity, prakṛtim, material nature, cha, and guṇaiḥ, the modes of material nature, saha, with, sarvathā, in all ways, vartamānaḥ, being situated, api, in spite of, na, never, saha, he, bhūyaḥ, again, abhijāyate, takes his birth. So the translation by Srila Prabhupada: one who understands this philosophy concerning material nature, the living entity and the interaction of the modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. One who understands this philosophy concerning material nature, the living entity and the interaction of the modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. The Purport by Srila Prabhupada: clear understanding of material nature, the Supersoul, the individual soul, and their interrelation makes one eligible to become liberated and turn to the spiritual atmosphere without being forced to return to this material nature. This is the result of knowledge. The purpose of knowledge is to understand distinctly that a living entity has by chance fallen into this material existence. By his personal endeavor in association with authorities, saintly persons, and the spiritual master, he has to understand his position and then revert to spiritual consciousness or Kṛṣṇa consciousness by understanding Bhagavad-gītā as it is explained by the Personality of Godhead. Then it is certain that he will never come again into this material existence. He will be transferred into the spiritual world for a blissful eternal life of knowledge. Ya evaṁ vetti puruṣaṁ prakṛtim ca guṇaiḥ saha sarvathā vartamānopi na sa bhūyo bhijāyate. One who understands this philosophy concerning material nature, the living entity, and the interaction of the modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. Om ajnānatimirandhasya jnānāñjana salakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Guruve namaha. Sri Chaitanya manobhishtam stapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadamayam dadati swapadantikam. Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Kṛṣṇa Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakalpa Tarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivāsadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine Namo Vishnu Varaya Krishna Vishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Swaminiti Namine Snegate Shupraneta Vaminam Charasapadam Prabhupada Pranami Bhakti Charupadam Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim tatkripatamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So this verse is approximately in the middle of the Bhagavad-gītā, and as it is stated in the purport of this shloka is and in the translation, that one who understands this philosophy concerning material nature and the living entity and the relation, the interaction of the modes of nature is sure to obtain liberation. So, this shloka is obviously and very with emphasis on the understanding of having a clear understanding of what is the material nature, what is the individual soul, what is the supersoul, the relation between these, and a clear understanding of these aspects makes one qualified and fit to become liberated and go back home, back to Godhead. And as it is stated, not to return ever in material nature. So, this shloka opens actually the whole summary of the Bhagavad-gītā, because it states here that we have to have a clear understanding about this whole Bhagavad-gītā. What is Kṛṣṇa explaining? What is the individual soul? What is the definition of the individual soul? What is the definition of Jiva Atma? Why not only Atma and why not only Jiva? So there is a distinction between the Jiva and the Atma. Those together are, as we are sitting here today. So we have a body, we are a person, isn't it? We are a person, and we are a person living in this body. So we have to have a clear understanding, what is this body? What is the soul? Who am I? As the basic questions of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Who am I? What am I doing here? And what is the goal of life? And why is everyone struggling for existence? Everyone is struggling for existence. Everyone has to eat, sleep. Everyone has to go to the bathroom. Everyone, the basic things that we cannot avoid. It's inevitable in this material world that this body is getting old every second, but the person stays same. So that is the proof that you're not this body. The proof that you're not this body, you can already see in the mirror when you were 5 years old, and now you're 50 years old, so that body of 5 years already gone. It's dead. So that's a very simple proof that we are not this body. There's no question or discussion necessary about it. It's very logical. But the person inside stays the same, isn't it? So you feel you sit here, but in 20 years this body will be old and wrinkled, and but the person you feel that you're the same person. So that is actually the definition of the individual soul. The individual, so you're not your intelligence or your mind. You have intelligence. You're not the intelligence itself. You're a spirit soul, and that is the clear understanding that Prabhupada gives us, because one can speculate and interpret many ways to define what is the self, the self in the body. So we as devotees, we have to have a very clear understanding about how to explain to ourselves and to others that we are not this body. We have to have a very clear understanding, because if a non-devotee challenge you about these aspects, these subjects, you have to, for yourself and for the person you are giving the knowledge to, that you have to have a very clear understanding about these definitions. So we have to grasp it ourselves before we can give it to someone else. So that is actually how to define the individual soul, the Jiva-atma, the living entity. And above that, there is the Supersoul. As we know, as we read in this Bhagavad-gītā, the definition of the Supersoul is that it's Kṛṣṇa in the form of Vishnu, of Narayan, who resides in the heart of every living entity. So if we have those, then we can go to this material nature, because here it is said, that's why it is this sloka refers actually to the whole Bhagavad-gītā as summarized and giving an entrance and a preview of the previous chapters, and already a forecast for the upcoming chapters. Namely, that this clear understanding about the soul, the Supersoul, and as very essential, this material nature. What is this material nature? So, many scientists and philosophers, you can have a label on how they define material nature, but actually our scriptures have a very accurate definition of material nature. This material nature with the three gunas, as it is stated here, with the three gunas, the modes of nature, passion, tamagun, rajagun, and sattvagun, passion, ignorance, and goodness. These are the three modes of material nature. And every living entity is under control of these three modes of material nature. So the core, actually the essence of this understanding of what is stated in the last part of the sloka, that such a person who has these definitions clear, he will already not take birth again, regardless his present position. Why he will not take birth again? Because it is said here, by clearly understanding this material nature, the Supersoul, and the interrelation between those things, between those aspects, makes one eligible to become liberated and turn into the spiritual atmosphere without being forced to return to this material nature. So if we take this knowledge to us, if we take this knowledge, we are already actually, which is stated in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, we already become eligible to be liberated to the spiritual world. And the result of knowledge, what is said in the purport, that this is the result of knowledge. The result of knowledge is actually the result of knowledge is actually the application of that knowledge in life, because without application of the knowledge, it's not complete. Knowledge cannot be complete without applying it. For example, in mathematics, if you have the knowledge, you have to apply it to a problem to solve it. Then you can see the application for solving the problem. So it's the same in spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge you can attain, and after attaining that knowledge, you have to apply it to get the complete benefit of this knowledge. And what is the next point that this shloka reminds us, that we have to understand that by chance, by turning away from Kṛṣṇa, that is actually the definition of spiritual atmosphere and transcendental atmosphere, or spiritual atmosphere, is that everything being done for ourselves or our body or the society is actually material. It is an activity that is being executed for the pleasure of Kṛṣṇa, for example, devotional service, that is actually spiritual. So, very shortly said, to summarize all definitions and interpretations, and coming to the real definition of what is spirituality and what is material, not material, is that spirituality is actually an activity that is being executed for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and every other activity should be considered material. So that is very simple, a very simple distinction between material nature and spiritual, the spiritual sky. So to understand this, to have a clear understanding, that's why the reason which is said here, that by chance we have turned away from Kṛṣṇa, as it is stated in the Prem Vivarta, that Kṛṣṇa bahir mukhya hana bhoga vanchakare, that as soon as one has the desire, material desire, it is actually away from Kṛṣṇa consciousness, and it becomes a material consciousness. So that is actually how to understand what is the difference, the essential difference between material nature and spirituality. And it is said here in the purport that by his personal endeavor, a person who puts personal endeavor in association with authorities, saintly person, and a spiritual master, he has to understand his position and then refer to spiritual consciousness or Kṛṣṇa consciousness by understanding Bhagavad-gītā as it is explained by the Personality of Godhead. So this is a very important sentence in the purport, because actually here Prabhupada gives us actually in a very short summary the ABCD of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, because he says here, by his personal endeavor. What does that mean? That the person puts effort in making progress in getting spiritual understanding and revert to spiritual consciousness or Kṛṣṇa consciousness. What does that mean? That does mean, what does Kṛṣṇa consciousness actually mean? The word itself, consciousness, it already speaks for itself. You are being conscious of Kṛṣṇa. So if you are being conscious of Kṛṣṇa, you are already conscious of Kṛṣṇa, because Kṛṣṇa is not different from his paraphernalia, his activities, his name. So actually, Kṛṣṇa consciousness means that you are being conscious of Kṛṣṇa. So his name, thinking about Kṛṣṇa, which we will come in a while to that point, thinking of Kṛṣṇa, thinking of his lila, his pastimes, his sweet pastimes, or chanting his name, chanting the holy name, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, which Srila Prabhupada gave to us by the ways of Mahaprabhu, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that actually this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is the perfect Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Because this holy name, this Mahamantra, gives all the means, and this is the beauty of spirituality, of what Kṛṣṇa gives, what Prabhupada gave us the holy name, that actually the means are the goal at the same time. So the mean to get to the goal are the same, because Kṛṣṇa is not different from his name. So that's why Prabhupada, when he explains to us this Mahamantra, he already says in the famous purport, by chanting this transcendental vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is the sublime method for arriving or Krishna consciousness. This sentence is very important. Every word of Prabhupada is very powerful, and we have to take word for word what he says. And then by taking that, we can indeed, what is said, refer to to Krishna consciousness. And he actually gives us the famous ABCD of Krishna consciousness, namely the association of devotees, which is stated here, saintly person, to associate with devotees, to read Prabhupada's books, because this, what I will come to that point also, that this is not some blind faith, and actually we are devotees here, so we have to motivate ourselves and each other to become more involved and more serious in our service to Srila Prabhupada, to Krishna actually, to the Supreme Personality, Sri Radha and Krishna. Devotional service, as the previous chapter is already, the title of the previous chapter is also devotional service, the actual core meaning of, and the way to have a clear understanding of this Bhagavad-gītā. What is Krishna giving us as for knowledge to save ourselves, to get out of this cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death. And then the upcoming chapters also, it refers also to the upcoming chapters. Very nice, because the next chapter describes the three modes of material nature. So this verse gives a preview of the previous chapters, and also gives you a heads up for what's coming, so that we have a clear understanding of what is Krishna consciousness and what is the Bhagavad-gītā. To the next point, not to take birth again, regardless to the present position, is a famous verse. Kshipram bhavati, that is the next verse. Actually, what is said here, regardless about his present position, that Krishna says in a shloka that his devotee never perishes. He is always, even when he seems to do abominable activities, or he has a fall down, when a person has taken to Krishna consciousness, he always has to be considered a saintly person, because Krishna says here he will make him very quickly dharmatma, a very elevated person who follows dharma and is righteous and actually is the correct devotee. So that was the next point of this verse, that we are, by taking this devotional service, having a clear understanding of Bhagavad-gītā, we actually are becoming eligible to really execute devotional service and get out of this cycle of birth and death. And as Prabhupada gives us the real understanding, there is no room for interpretation or speculation. That's why Prabhupada called his Bhagavad-gītā as it is. It's not only Bhagavad-gītā, he emphasizes on the fact that he didn't change anything, and he gave it to us as it is. So in this sloka, it is also said, going back to home, back to Godhead, how to go back to home and back to Godhead, and what is back to home, back to Godhead, what is the spiritual world. We also have to have the correct and clear understanding what is the spiritual world. The spiritual world is where everything, as Prabhupada explains in his purports, is full of bliss and knowledge. There is no need of sunlight or moonlight, as he also gives us in his purports. And it is filled with eternal happiness, bliss and knowledge. And how to reach that? It is said in the 18th chapter, as we all know, the famous verse, sarvathā parityaja mam ekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami suchaha ma suchaha. Kṛṣṇa promises, Kṛṣṇa guarantees us that if we surrender up unto him, we are guaranteed that we will get to the spiritual kingdom in the association of Kṛṣṇa and his devotees, of Radha and Kṛṣṇa and his devotees. And also the previous chapter, as this shloka reminds us, that the clear understanding of the essence of this Bhagavad-gītā, devotional service, as Kṛṣṇa also said to Arjuna, manmana bhavamad bhakto, always think of me and bring your homage unto me, and for sure you will reach me. And how to get this, how to think of Kṛṣṇa all the time, 24/7, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and associating with devotees and hearing Bhagavad-gītā, Kṛṣṇa Katha, or the glories and the greatness of great devotees like Srila Prabhupada. And after hearing, when hear like the devotion, like the 9 methods of devotional service, Sravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Padasevanam, Archanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, these 9 methods, they give you, when you have, that's why here it is said, by your personal endeavor. So you have to put a bit of effort in it. So Kṛṣṇa sees everything you're doing to get close to him, to realize him, or to be conscious of Kṛṣṇa. So he gives that intelligence when you do it with love, like it is said in the 10th chapter, at the 10th sloka, tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi jogam tam yena mam ubayantite. He says that if you do my bhajan, what is this bhajan? If you sing his names, you chant his names with love, you associate with devotees, you read Prabhupada's books, and that is bhajan. Then Kṛṣṇa says, I will give you that intelligence, and that's what it's all about. When Kṛṣṇa gives you the intelligence, then you will have the clear understanding of that our own intelligence is limited. Kṛṣṇa's intelligence is unlimited. So if we surrender to the unlimited, we become unlimited like Kṛṣṇa himself. Kṛṣṇa gives us that intelligence, and by that endeavor, Kṛṣṇa will reveal himself to that devotee according to the surrender of the devotee. And when such a person surrenders to Kṛṣṇa, he becomes a devotee, he will reach the stage of always being happy. Like it is said in 1854, Brahma bhuta prasannatmana sochati nakamchati sama sarvesu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param, means that the devotees, by speaking, hearing about Kṛṣṇa, associating, do kirtan together, they relish a very great enjoyment, a very great pleasure they derive from all these activities. And we don't have to leave anything. The only thing we have to do is that what we are busy with, put it in the direction of Kṛṣṇa. and then your activity will be spiritualized. So it is essential that when you execute an activity, you ask yourself whether you're trying to please Kṛṣṇa or trying to please something else, like yourself, the society, some person. But if you try to please Kṛṣṇa, then everyone is pleased, and then you will get the mercy of Kṛṣṇa to make progress. That's why there is a difference between material sentiment and real spirit. It is not blind faith. That's why it is very important and said here that we have to have a clear understanding. By having a clear understanding, we become doubtless. We don't have any doubts anymore. We become determined. And like the word itself, it already says it. If we become a disciple of Prabhupada's disciples, or disciples of Prabhupada's disciples, then the word itself already says it. We have to become disciplined. So when we become disciplined, then we become the determination will be increasing, and the steadiness will be increasing. And by becoming more determined and steady towards our goal, we become more serious. And all the services we embrace will bring us to that goal. Like, for example, devotees who are here, they are engaged in so many services. So all these services are contributing to having this perfect understanding of what is Kṛṣṇa consciousness, namely putting all activities in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, in Kṛṣṇa service, in Radha and Kṛṣṇa service, and actually in the service of Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada is the perfect representator of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he gives us the ingredients and the actual tools to make this progress in spiritual life, to become, to advance in our Kṛṣṇa consciousness, to become humble, to understand, to preach, if you have the opportunity to preach and to contribute to Srila Prabhupada's mission by doing Harinam, there where there is possibility, spread his books. And he gave us the structure also. As we all know, Prabhupada, he instructs us, if you really want to have the correct understanding and progress in spiritual life, there are a number of things you should bring in your life as something that is a habit or a regulation. Namely, you rise early, as much as you can. You rise early. You chant a minimum of 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You chant a minimal number of rounds. You do your Mangal Arti. You attend the class if you can. You associate with devotees. The things we just mentioned, the ABC of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Prabhupada gave us these things, and he actually opened the doors of the spiritual world. And how fortunate we are that we are sitting here today in the actual spiritual world. We are sitting here today. If you take Prabhupada's his instructions, read his books carefully, then you will have the clear understanding that actually we are residing in the spiritual world now. So that is how to understand this this Bhagavad-gītā is giving us the basic knowledge that you're not this body. If you want to become, Kṛṣṇa says to Arjuna also, this world is dukhalayam asasvatam, is full of misery and is temporary. If you want to get out of this misery, you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The way to get out of this material misery and become really happy. As Prabhupada gave us this chanting of the holy name, and he gave us this institution, this society, he gave us a structure to execute these things, to become successful in our life. There is no room for interpretation or speculation. Kṛṣṇa assures, Prabhupada assures that if you hold on to my books, if you read my books, I am there. And actually, he becomes your guru by taking his instructions. He is actually, that's why we say Jagat Guru, because all over the world, people have taken to Prabhupada's books and they became a devotee. So that is how fortunate we are. But because there are so many Bhagavad-gītās, many people can write a Bhagavad-gītā, but it should be bona fide. You can, for example, if you want to study medical science and you want to become a surgeon, so you go to the market, you buy some books and you study. I think no one will be having surgery by such a surgeon, because he only studied from books and he doesn't have any practical experience. He didn't have a real teacher, a real professor who guided him and took exams. So you will not take that risk. I don't think you will take the risk of going in the operation room to get surgery from such a surgeon. So that's the same. We have to take from a bona fide spiritual master, one who has actually officially attained the title Bhakti Vedanta. You see, Bhakti Veda Anta. Actually, meaning of Bhakti Vedanta is such a person has till the end of Veda he has mastered. So that's why he's called Bhakti Vedanta, and he gave us this all these facilities to have this correct understanding for what is the Bhagavad-gītā and how do we take this knowledge, also with guidance. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask your god brother, god sister, or a senior devotee for the question you have. Devotees are always there to help each other. So that is actually the summary of this shloka, that putting all activities in Kṛṣṇa consciousness means Kṛṣṇa consciousness. And this understanding of real knowledge is that every activity has to be done for Kṛṣṇa, becomes devotional service, and all other activities that are related to material things are material. So that is the distinction between the material knowledge and spiritual knowledge. And to conclude, I have put a couple of points here that is derived from our shloka of today. As we already mentioned, we have to define what is the spiritual world that is above this material nature, and the conclusion of all Shastra is actually at the end of Bhagavad-gītā, namely, surrender upon to me. So where the Bhagavad-gītā ends, there starts Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Srimad Bhagavatam begins with dharma projita koita, that all the other things, all the other so-called religion or methods are all cheating. It's all cheating. And the only thing is actually surrender to Kṛṣṇa and become a devotee. So that is actually a clear understanding, and it's not blind faith. And how to discharge this devotional service? By hearing, by Sravanam Kirtanam, the 9 methods of devotional service. And then one becomes humble, one becomes tolerant, and one becomes full of empathy, and realizes that everything belongs to Kṛṣṇa and everything is Kṛṣṇa's energy, and actually all the living entities are forms of this energy. And to be clear, this Bhagavad-gītā, as Kṛṣṇa, is not related to any race or country, or so he is not a Hindu or Indian, and this is not some kind of show. This is not kind of show or entertainment, nor it is politics. It is real science to actually save yourself from this material, the clutches, the powerful claws of this material illusion called Maya. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has came, and he gave us the holy name, and he sent Prabhupada, his Senapati Bhakta, to rescue actually this whole world. And you can see now here in India, you can see the change has begun. Many people are coming now, and they are attracted to Kṛṣṇa consciousness. They realize that this is actually the highest, the goal, the perfection of life. To make one's life successful is to become Kṛṣṇa conscious and to become a devotee. So, as I mentioned, this shloka is opening the entire meaning and explanation of this Bhagavad-gītā. And Prabhupada says, when you become serious, then you will see the impact of your seriousness, because Kṛṣṇa sees everything, and one small effort Kṛṣṇa considers to be a great deal, and he rewards us accordingly. So that is actually the sum and substance of today's shloka. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This way you can realize the conclusion of this Bhagavad-gītā. Namely, 2 times Krishna mentions Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto, means always think of me. Because when you chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you chant and you are hearing, when you're chanting and hearing your own Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you immediately think of Krishna. And when you think of Krishna, you think of all his pastimes, the sweetness of Radha and Krishna, the sweetness of his devotees, and all the playful mood, the sweet mood, actually the transcendental pleasure you will have, and it will be also possible in this life. That is the most essential thing, to remind ourselves that now we have this unique opportunity. That's why it's important. Clear understanding is not something sentiment, or because my parents or my grandfather worshipped Krishna, so I am also going to worship Krishna. No, we have to know what is Krishna. What is Krishna? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is definitely not Hindu, Indian. He is blue, you see, he is black. Jagannath is black. He has a black collar. So Jagannath, the word already says it. Jagat Kenath. He is the Lord of all cosmos. Not universes, cosmos. All the universes. Spiritual and material. You see? So that's why Prabhupada is very powerful. And he is very strongly present in his books. And even persons like me who never met Prabhupada will see Prabhupada as their master and soul. See, if you will see Prabhupada as your master and soul, Prabhupada will drag you to Kṛṣṇa. That is the essence of today's shloka, and trying to motivate ourselves to always consider this Bhagavad-gītā as knowledge that has to be realized in ourselves. For example, preaching is not like you're going to tell the person how that this is the most important. Yeah, of course it is the most important scripture. If you read this, you can mention the benefits of reading this. But what is the best way of giving this book to another person if you already also know what is the value of this book and what is written in this book? Then you can remind the person, why are you born? Is having a big house, an expensive car, beautiful children, a nice healthy body, a fat bank account. Is this the goal of life? And if I die, what will happen? Because death is certain. So that is one who is intelligent. That's why clear understanding. One who is intelligent will definitely take this point in consideration and realize that someday this body will stop, and I have to train very hard, that because any moment it can stop. So we can train very hard to always remember Kṛṣṇa and never forget Kṛṣṇa. Because what is Kṛṣṇa? Kṛṣṇa is all attractive. The meaning of Kṛṣṇa means all attractive. What does all attractive mean? All attractive refers to the 6 opulences of God, the definition of God. He is the most beautiful. He is the most powerful. He has the most knowledge. He is the most famous. And He is the most renounced. And He is the source of all joy. He is the... Come again? Again, louder.
All blissful.
Yes, all blissful. He is all blissful. Yes, He is all blissful. He is famous. I mentioned famous also. 6 opulences. So that's the definition of God. And as soon as you have this, then you will have the clear understanding. What is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What am I doing here? Why is the other person thinking has other opinion and view than me? And why am I struggling for existence? Everyone is struggling existence. And Prabhupada says in the purport of the Mahamantra, he says, as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, maybe you will not feel it, but actually you're starting to stop with struggling for existence. Yes, even and that is very important here. That's why I mentioned that verse, that Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma, that Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Krishna doesn't he doesn't says, I am declaring. Krishna doesn't says, I am declaring. He says, Arjun, you declare. Because Krishna breaks promises. You see? But when his devotee makes a promise, Kṛṣṇa cannot break that. Kṛṣṇa has to fulfill the desire. He is subdued to this desire of his devotee. That's why he appears according to the desire of the devotee. For example, Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev, his form is only due to the desire of Prahlad Maharaj. Varahadev, like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, these are also devotees. These are also devotees. So he took a form according to their desire also. See, Varaha, he took that form according to the desire of a number of devotees. See? So all the forms of Kṛṣṇa are according to the desire of the devotee. Even for Arjuna in the Bhagavad-gītā, he appeared. That was not his desire. It was a temporary desire. Because Arjuna, for us actually, he wanted to see that this Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And as soon as Kṛṣṇa showed his Virat Roop, his universal form, he actually said, okay, I had enough. Come again to your beautiful two-armed form. And actually, that is the original form. So as it is said in our scripture in Srimad Bhagavatam, that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Even in Brahma Samhita, Brahma also confirms Ishvara Parama Kṛṣṇa, that he is the cause of all causes. And Shukdev Goswami, he also confirms for Parikshit Maharaj that Kṛṣṇa to Swayam Bhagavan Swayam. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. So if you have this understanding of the Bhagavad-gītā, the clear understanding, struggling for existence will stop, because we are chanting Mahamantra, we are associating with devotees, we are becoming day and day motivated by the devotees, and we become more serious in our spiritual path toward Kṛṣṇa. Any questions or remarks or corrections maybe? Because we have 5 minutes left. Please do, so we can train ourselves, and as we are devotees here, we can motivate each other. No questions? Mataji, maybe you want to add something?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
I have one little question to ask.
Yes.
As you mentioned that shloka couple of times, Name Bhaktya Pranishati.
Yes, yes.
So I had this doubt, like what is actually Kṛṣṇa protecting? Obviously he's not concerned. Name Bhaktya Pranishati, this part means my devotee never perishes. So what he is actually protecting?
Very nice question. Thank you so much.
Obviously he's not concerned with material part.
Exactly. Beautiful question. Thank you very much for such a good question, because it's a question that arises to many people, many devotees also. He actually refers to Name Bhakta Pranashyati, the devotional service of that devotee will never end. And the person who, that's why the endeavor, he always protects the person who puts effort in devotional service, who puts effort to please Kṛṣṇa. That effort is Kṛṣṇa protecting. So that will never go away. That's why bhakti, devotional service, only increases. It never goes down. That's actually what Kṛṣṇa is saying. Your devotional service, when we leave this body, today you are devotee, and you already reached a very good, high level of devotional service. That's why you're sitting here today. So you reach already high level of devotional service. When you leave this body, either you go back to home or back to Godhead, which I am very positive, and when it's not, when there is some obstacle and you have to take birth again, you will start where you left. You will start with your you will be born in a family where there are all facilities to do bhajan. You will not struggle for other things. You will have all the means. For example, you will be taking birth with parents who have a lot of money. You see? Because devotees are the richest people. They have everything. Material things become secondary for them. And then you can be doing... Because when can you give up something when you have it? If you don't have it, if you don't have a million not rupees, nowadays crores, billion rupees, you cannot say I'm detached from that money, because you never had it. When you have it and you reject it, that is real renunciation. The beggar on the street, he doesn't have anything. He is begging. He didn't give up anything. He never had it. So one who had it and is going to beg, he is the real beggar. So Kṛṣṇa is protecting that endeavor you made. And he is protecting that person also, because behind that endeavor there is a person. And that's why Kṛṣṇa says, he will never perish. Not only because that devotional service is linked to a person. So he protects that person no matter how many faults he has. That's why Kṛṣṇa says, I'm making him very fast, I'm making him a saintly person. So actually it's the person he's protecting along with his devotional service. So that is what Kṛṣṇa is protecting. He's protecting the devotional service and the person who actually executed that devotional service. So it's also the person. He's protecting also the person. Yes? One may say Kṛṣṇa is protecting only the devotional service. Yes, he's protecting the devotional service, but that devotional service is being executed or was executed by someone. So Kṛṣṇa is protecting that someone who actually did that. So there is no interpretation. Kṛṣṇa is protecting the person who did something. That's why here it said endeavor. If you do some endeavor to reach Kṛṣṇa, he protects you. Definitely, he will protect you. Actually, he does already. As soon as you take up this Kṛṣṇa consciousness, he protects you. Yes. As soon as you take Prabhupada's instruction, Prabhupada is the perfect, he's actually intimate associate of Radha and Kṛṣṇa. So when you take up to him, Radha and Kṛṣṇa will definitely bestow all their mercy upon you, because you took shelter of a Paramahamsa. You took shelter of a pure devotee. So Kṛṣṇa is protecting that person. Is that okay?
Yes, so I think Prahlad Maharaj will fit into this. Like, physically,
Definitely.
he was never harmed physically.
Definitely, yes.
And his chanting grew and grew and grew.
Perfect example. Yes. He is protecting the person because very dear. Kṛṣṇa says, Priyam, Priyosime, that he becomes my Priya, he becomes my lovable devotee. He becomes under my protection, Kṛṣṇa says.
Very dear.
Come again?
Very dear.
Very dear, yeah. Very, very dear. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you for clarifying that point. Thank you for the class. Because sometimes we may think that protection means material body, but it doesn't have anything to do with the material body.
No,
It's what you spoke.
it's the person, yes.
And then I'm on the comment about being born into a rich family, because a lot of Srila Prabhupada's disciples were born into wealthy families.
Yes.
But they gave it all up
True.
to run and meet Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Very essential addition. Yes. Well, you see, Prabhupada was was actually the biggest billionaire. Biggest, but not 1 cent went into his pocket. And he is so powerful. I just mentioned in a previous class, he is the only one who can buy a big castle for $1. Yes, that's Prabhupada. So if you take shelter of Prabhupada, nothing can harm you.